Hey, it's me again. I was here earlier, but okay. Got kind of pissed off. Some things was going on, so I'm here to tell you about some things that might go on in the mind for people that don't know. Um, if you're feeling kind of confused instantaneously, is that really real? I mean, how quick can that come? I'm not saying some people may have some medical problems, some mental issues going on that happens instantaneously, or instant, as some would put it. But come on, I work in the medical field, so that's coded. Emotions that are all of a sudden, tears pop up instantly, and you have no reason to cry. That could be depression, but your lifestyle. If you're normally happy, and nothing really is going on, but a decent life, why are you crying instantaneously? That's coded. If you're feeling an instant feeling of love for someone or attraction for someone, and then all of a sudden it just leaves, that's not real. That's why it's so important to love someone genuinely. So like when you're married couples that be together for a long time, you don't always have that loving feeling all the time. You have to know what you know and know what to do. So that's high up, and just something happened a little minute ago. So I know I'm on the right track. When that happens, it pisses me off. When people start doing things, it's hard to explain. How can I say this without really, I don't really care about the crazy issue. But we all needed a little bit to kind of cope in this world right now. But like the codes, we know that's government, that's Pentagon, that's that's how they want to run the world. That's what it is. It's I told you about the cars, computers, everything is kind of controlled. But see, we're in America. That's free. We were free. Some is worldwide. It's known. Some people higher up know about this, but some people have, like I said, broken into some stuff, got a hold of it, and misusing it. They're using it on people, deformities in bodies. That's not always natural. That's not always a birth defect. Facial features. Fat one day, skin the next. Let's be real. Either you're really possessed by something, or that's coded. Somebody just not liking you that they'll want to play with your body. Not good. That's why I say watch your children, watch your family members. Just make sure what's going on. Health issues. That's what really pisses me off, because I was a victim of it. I've gone through some stuff, and the economy, insurance, Medicaid, Medicare. When you can mess with heart palpitations, when you can mess with the mind, causing health, dementia, Alzheimer's, cancer, bone, lupus. That causes people to go to the doctor more than what they're normally going. That causes more surgeries that are really unnecessary, hospitalizations that are really unnecessary. That's my concern. That's what I'm talking about, the invasion of what's going on with these codes. And I'm a woman that has dealt with some things. I'm not just talking to be talking. I've been going through it for some years. In the beginning of I've laid flat on my face. I've fainted. I've fasted. I've gotten up, and I was what you would call a kind of a threat to truth. I was given some spiritual wisdom. I knew some things, so I was kind of like, they were a bit upset, but don't hate me. Hey, that's the gift of God, the child of God. That when you seek and you find, you treasure it, you nurture it, you keep it growing, you live a certain lifestyle, and you pray for it to stay there daily. And they kind of try to delete it, and you can't really delete it, but in their mindset, that's what it was. But anyway, that's what happened. So I like to say, the devil is a liar. When he says negative things, when he makes you feel negative about yourself and other people, when he puts negative thoughts in your mind, which that helps the life, that you help in that because of the lifestyle you're living as well. But that is a lie about yourself. So I think, but he knows the truth. So we all know he knows the truth. So what I did one day, prayed for Satan. I said, for me to be dealing with some stuff, and I refuse to really believe a certain way, think a certain way. I'm not always bothered, but I know I'm on the right track. So that means that you need prayer just as well as I need prayer. The next door neighbor needs prayer. Satan needed prayer. So I prayed for him to remember what he left behind, the love that he desires. And it's obvious that he wants it because he continues to mess with God's creation that he created out of love. So he's envious of that. So I pray for, and what comes to me, more truth. And I found some things out that have really make you think when you pray for Satan, for him to be, we know it's a spirit, but put it this way, my life is not really worse because I did that. In an aspect, it is really better. It's just people working behind the scenes with the codes to make it seem like it's worse than what it really is, because they're afraid that when you really know some stuff, they want you to want people to think that maybe that's not a good way to go. But the truth sets you free. So I'm free in my mind. I have, when it's what it's like. Now in the beginning, I used to think about stuff, thoughts manifest into other things, and I used to think all the time. That's another thing. I'm glad I brought that up. When you have thoughts that's just instantaneously in your head roaming, come on now. Can you really think that fast? You would that's not good to have brain activity that fast. So my thinking is that's something somebody has done to you that's coded. Music playing in your head. Some people have that. They need it. It's good music. Some people have. But the other music that causes, I don't know, headaches or whatever, I don't know, discontent, that's not good. Somebody has done that because out of hatred. So, what I'm saying is just pay attention to self. Pay attention to people around you. Get to know them. Watch your bodies. Watch your, what you place in your mind. Do puzzles, read, exercise. Just, it's out there. And it's not out of control like people think. Come on, Enemy of the State, Deja Vu, those movies, Manchurian Candidate, those were not just made up. That is a way of speaking to the world, to wake you up to the possibilities of what is and what could be or is to come. And a lot of people are thinking, I don't really think that's really what the next generation stuff. It's life is life. My thing is, why waste it on sitting behind a computer trying to type something in to manipulate a person's life? You're really not enjoying that life unless that's your real job and it's government and it's done specifically for that person. Okay, but if you're out there playing with lives, you're not the person behind the computer 24/7, 7 days a week. You're not really living. The person that's really living is the one out there living, and kind of when you typing it, let's say hypothetically she's a she. She knows you typing it, so what's she gonna do? Something different. You be like, she's living her life. Really. She knows you are trying to really manipulate her life. That's why I say know your feelings. Know your regular character. Know what you're normally doing on a day-to-day basis. If you're doing something that is really out of your character, and you're speaking about something, you're hanging around certain people, all of a sudden, pay attention to it. For some people it's good. Some people want it. Some people like it. But I'm just trying, what I'm doing, I'm just making you aware of it, because it's what I'm saying as a school bus driver. It goes on a lot in children that really don't understand, and I'm saying it like some parents know about it. Some parents have it, I'm not going to say have it done, but they know what's needed for their child. There are certain doctors, health issues going on, different schools, different classes that they're taking, da-da-da. But there are some kids that are victims to a certain lifestyle, and they've been around certain people, and they even know some stuff, because I know some kids that help me a lot. Don't get me wrong, I love my kids, but there are some that are really bothered and don't really know how to talk about it. So when a child comes to you and says, well, Mom, I don't know what this is, something's not right, and for me, instant radar goes up, because I know the truth. And first thing, what have you done? Where have you been? Who have you been around? What you smoking? Or what kind of drugs you taking? Because drugs do that too. Hallucinations, we all know that's part of it. But if you have a child that's with you pretty much living a normal life, and you're seeing some stuff going on that's really not normal and it's not really health, just start talking to them more. Spend more time. And that's why I say all things work together for good to them that love the Lord and called according to his purpose through Christ Jesus. When you're a child of God and you're noticing all this in your children, what is that doing? It's making you do what you're supposed to do anyway. Spend quality time with your children and your family and pay attention to them and listen to them. So I'm not condoning none of this they're doing. I'm just putting it out there. It always works out for the betterment of the person that's really doing what they're supposed to do, seeking his face, prayer. You know, that's how I look at my life. When I go through stuff, it's like you're really making me pay attention to what I've always done, but maybe I'm slacking somewhere. So I need to start paying attention to my son, my daughter, my grandkids, spending time with them, worrying them, calling them, where are you, getting to know their friends and the people they're around. That's what it's done for my life. So it's actually made me a better mother, a better person, but I don't like it because I see it in other people and it's different. It's abusive now. It's not for all, but for some. It's not really helping some. It's really abusing them, and they're using it. You know, I know some people out there worshiping Satan. I know some people out there that are just prejudiced, and they're doing it because they can. So I'm asking, that we just pay attention and work together to get this stopped in our country. I mean, if it's supposed to be a certain way, it will, but it will be controlled. It will not be to the point where you can do what you want and to anybody and even any given thing, because you got people, this stuff can alter faces, colors of the skin, textures of hair, codes. I mean, this stuff is major, and this is what it can do if it's in the wrong hands. You got people that can walk out of a jail, a prison, because they look different when they came in. They look different when they go out. I mean, it's more than just games. It's a major part of life. And they might say, well, how can you say there's a God? The way I see it, God works through his creation, the people. See, that's the deception from Satan. Satan gave, he was over the world, but see, he has no world without the creation. You know what I'm saying? So we are the creation. We are the gift. We are what's needed for him to even have a world. Because if we didn't exist, what would he do? So we are in control. Take that control back. I mean, let go and let God. I mean, I was upset. I'm going to keep it real. I was pissed off. And I don't like getting upset. It's not a good thing. I'm not bragging, but it's not a good thing to get me upset. And I was, because somebody, I party. Those that know. But this particular party was not the party I wanted. Let's put it like that. So, be blessed, people, and stay safe. I guess I can say tune in tomorrow. Love you. Bye.